Stephanie here from Oh You're Lovely, and today we're going to play with hoops. Alright guys, welcome back to another tutorial. Today we're going to play with some wire hoops. You can find these at craft store or wherever, and we're going to turn it into the most elegant, like a little bit of effort, but not that much, for a whole big payoff. Yeah, that's how we're gonna describe this. All right, let's jump into the tutorial. For this tutorial, you are going to need greenery. I'm going to be using our large ruscus as well as the pink prairie flowers. Now these particular greeneries are in our shop, but our greenery selection is always changing, so make sure to check that out. We've got some Sola flowers. The two dyed pink ones, those are Sophia's. Then I've got a couple little Lux and a little bit of Munchkins rolled in there as well. We've got two embroidery hoops. We've got a stack of wood circles. All of these sizes are gonna depend on the size that you're gonna use. Hold on, let me get a tape measure. Why do I always forget this? I'll tell you what size these are. All right, my hoop is 8-inch diameter. My wood circles are 6 inches. I also have these UGlu Dashes. I've never tried them before. We're gonna give them a go. Let's see what happens. I'm intrigued by them. I've seen them used in fresh floral arrangements, so I wanna play with them here. Maybe some ribbon, I don't know for sure. And then, Vikram, my handy dandy glue gun. Yours doesn't need googly eyes, but if you do, I mean, it just makes everything funner. As well as maybe some wire, your wire clippers, and all the other little bits. We'll figure it out as we go along, what other little extra supplies that I need for this. All right, let's get to it. All right guys, so the first thing that we're gonna do is we're going to create the base of the centerpiece. And I know it's 3 simple little things. Your circles. Now, these are pretty thin, so I stacked 3 of them together using the dashes in between each layer, sandwich those in, and then you're gonna grab your hoops. We're gonna hold it, pinch it to the top, and we're going to flank it on the sides. Do you see how magical that is? You could stain this, do whatever you want with it, add some pattern paper, whatever, doesn't matter to me. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna try using those dashes to hold this in place. The other thing I'm gonna do, I'm debating if I want to tape those together or not right now. Maybe we'll just do a little bit of binding wire to kind of wiggle if needed. Ooh, do I have that on? No, I don't, good. Ooh, I could have burned myself. That won't be fun. All right, so what we've got, I think I'm gonna use a little bit of binding wire and just kind of sandwich tie this together. Just so there's still some movement, but it's holding that together for me because I only have 2 sets of hands, and sometimes this stuff, no, that's not tight enough. Sometimes you need an extra set of hands. I don't have them unless I bring in my 5-year-old, but then things go very sideways very quickly when I bring any of the kids into the studio to help me with my tutorials. Okay, I'm just gonna really wrap this nice and tight so that it still kind of has some movement, but not too much. Okay, yeah. Yep, all right, I like that. See? Don't worry about that, we're gonna cover that up, or we'll take it off when we're ready. So the dashes that I got already are cut to size. I believe you can get them like a long sheet of them, and you can cut them whatever size you want. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab one and I'm going to wrap it around my wood base. And I think I'm gonna do 3, all kind of linked around there. And there is a little, like a little paper tab at the top so that you can pull off the paper, except for there. Maybe not always. Okay, so I'm gonna fold that over and then lift up the paper to expose my glue. We're gonna see if this works. I haven't tried it yet. So of course I'm like, oh, let's just put it on a YouTube tutorial because that makes perfect sense. In my head it does. All right, there's that. And whoops, hold your horses. We're gonna sit that there. And I probably should have done both sides at the same time. But it's staying so far. And we're gonna add more to it. So this is really actually a way to help us put everything in place as we're figuring out where we want everything to go. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. All right, we're gonna squish that. All right, the hang test works. We're holding steady. Nothing, the bottom didn't fall out. I'm just gonna kind of keep squishing that for a minute, get some good adhesion. All right. It's still got some movement, but it's not moving. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a few more of these glue tabs at the base. Hopefully you can see that. You can't see them because they're clear, but we're gonna fill up just a little bit here because we're gonna put a little bit of greenery down. I just wanna see if it holds the greenery in place. And if it doesn't, that's fine. We'll just add some hot glue. No harm, no foul. But pay attention when you're putting those down where you put the one that doesn't have the glue, so when you pull up the paper, you know where you're pulling up. And that was not the best spot. Here we go. We've got our little UGlu Dashes on. I'm gonna pull off individual pieces of this large, wide ruscus, and I'm just gonna lay it down on there, and by golly, it sticks really well. Oh, that's exciting. All right, all right. Oh, so I'm just gonna flank it. Yes, ma'am, I am. I'm just gonna flank it. Do you see? Do you see what's already happening? Oh my gosh. These are amazing. All right, same thing on the bottom. We're gonna go real simple on the bottom because I'm envisioning with something like this, you would have a candle, hold on, or a pumpkin and a table number because it's almost fall. So, I might like pumpkins a little too much that I got really excited about that, but it's just as pretty, okay. All right, so we've also got these little, maybe that's what we'll do for the bottom. We'll put some just tiny flowers and then we'll do these, this pink prairie flower has like these little faux flowers that are like this light pinky kind of, they're pink. And they go well with this. However, here's the one drawback to the UGlus is once I cover it with the greenery, it's already gone. So we're gonna add just a couple more in there. I'm gonna put one right on top of here because I wanna cover the little extra stem bit with these other flowers. I'm gonna put it right on there. I'm gonna see what happens if I put it right on the greenery itself. It works. Oh, that's so exciting. Okay, all right. So it works. I'm gonna just use hot glue for the other side because it's just, in all honesty, when it comes to putting it on top of the already existing greenery, it's just easier to glue it. But that's so cool that it works. It works, it works, it works. And you don't have to worry about the little spider webs from your hot glue. That's extra bonus. Extra, extra bonus. All right, I'm gonna flank in some Sola flowers. I'm gonna use some munchkins. And there's this one in the munchkin bunch. I love saying that. One in the munchkin bunch that's kind of like almost like a trumpet flower. It's just so pretty and it's great, like a cone flower that you can kind of smush into things, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna smush that sucker. And yes, we'll use hot glue for this. But again, you could try those UGlu, or those UGlu. Yeah, UGlu. Oh, look at me, I remember the name of it. UGlu Dashes. And that would probably work as well. Simple Simon. All right, and we've got those. We're just gonna kind of mirror the effect on the bottom. It's kind of gonna be like a 360 type arrangement. So on the table, got your like little candle or whatever going on. Everybody gets a little piece of prettiness to stare at. And these trumpet flower munchkins, you can kind of open them up a little bit. So I'm gonna open those a little bit. All right, I'm almost gonna call the base done. I feel like this guy is sitting a little low, so let me adjust him. I'm not 100% happy with him. It also, those UGlu hold when you're hitting stuff and moving things around. So far, the connection point has not moved at all. What we could do to make sure that it really stays in place is to glue a little bit of the greenery onto the hoop itself so that you have an extra little spot of security. But right now, I'm feeling really good about this. Okay, all right, there, now I'm better. All right, so there, the bottom is done. I don't think I'm gonna put any more greenery. I'm gonna try not to be extra. I am thinking about it, but let's do the top first. Get my hair out of my glasses. We're gonna flank this a little bit and pop some flowers. We're gonna do the bigger flowers up on the top and go from there. So I'm going to keep, how did I get glue on that? I'm going to keep the binding wire on here just because then I have like an idea of the center of point of where everything is, okay? No, we're good. I'm just on a rocking table because my planks are uneven. Everything's holding steady. Oh, I'm so excited. So excited. All right, so for this, I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut 2 of these off because I want to flank it and arch it, yeah? We don't need this much stuff. So we're gonna pull these all off and save those for a rainy day. And I could have just taken the whole thing off, did I? No, because I totally spaced that. Okay. Okay, flank that. And we'll do the same with this one. Just pull that off. Adjust this a little bit. And I think I might actually use a little bit more binding wire to hold everything in place. I'm gonna zoom this in so you can see a little bit closer what we're doing on that part. All right, there we go. So you see how we're flanking that together. I'm gonna grab a little bit more bind wire. I'm not courageous enough to try the UGlu to see if it'll hold in place, but I bet if we put that UGlu on there, it would at least help hold it as I'm like, oh no! I was so excited about that UGlu. All that you need to do is dab a little bit of hot glue right on top of that, and then what's gonna happen is the hot glue, while it's setting in place, that UGlu is gonna hold it in place. I'm just gonna be more gentle. And if you're transporting these, take them from the bottom. Don't hang it, don't pull them from the top. We're not a purse. This would be an amazing purse. Well, no, it wouldn't because you can see everything. Whatever. All right. Off topic with Stephanie. All right. I'm taking my bind wire and just wrapping that sucker. And I mean, make this as tidy as you can, but it doesn't need to be perfect because we're going to cover all of that bind wire. We're still good on all the rest of the connection. All right. So there. Oh my gosh. Look how lovely that just folds over everything. Love it so much. We've got that. We've got like little pigtails. We'll add a little bit of the green. We're gonna add this as well. I'm just debating if I want to add, you know what, we're gonna go wild with this. So we are gonna add these actual stems. Let me see, make sure that what I'm grabbing has a wire because I wanna be able to bend it. This one has a wire. I'm gonna grab that one. And this one has a wire. Grab that one. All right, so we're gonna have, remember I said we weren't gonna go extra, and yet here we go. I'm gonna cut these off, so I'm not gonna use a big bunch of them. All right, so now I want to kind of trail this into this, like so. My camera died. Hopefully you saw most of what was going on. Now we're gonna add the flowers. Get this done. That's what we're gonna do. Before anything else, turns off or does something funny. So the only other thing I want to do is I do want to add just a touch of ruscus to kind of hide our binding wire. So I'm just going to put one here and one here so that the front and back are a little bit covered. It'll also give another spot for the flowers to be able to go on. So we're going to get that in there. That's better. All right, flower time. I'm gonna put the big part away, but I'll keep a couple of these extra bits just in case we decide we want to add some extraness to this. But I think we're good. Oh my gosh, this is just gonna be so cute. I think what I'm gonna do is the flowers themselves are going to go a little off center, like the big focal flower. I'm not gonna set those in the center like I normally would. Oh my gosh, you guys, hold on. I got something new to show you. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Dun, 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 dun. I got a lazy Susan. All right. Ooh, don't burn my fingers. Don't burn my fingers. Evil genius for the win. All right. So now the question is, do I want both flowers to flank on the same side and kind of mirror, or pop one? Maybe we'll do one a little off center from the other. I'm kind of liking that from this aspect, seeing it. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Kind of like them together, but not like butted up right against each other. So they add a little bit of dimension on the back end of what we're looking at. And then we're gonna slide in to kind of close the one gap on this side. We're gonna slide in a flower. I'll spin it in a second. You can see what I'm talking about. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this new handy dandy work section. I'm a little worried though. Maybe I should put a silicone mat or something on this sucker because I have a feeling I'm gonna get glue all over it. Oh my gosh, so much easier. Get yourself a lazy Susan, I'm telling you. Your life will be changed. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's what my shirt says. Here we go. A friend might have sent this to me because I happened to say, here we go. A little, just a little bit. Just a tinge. Okay, so I've got that set. We're still good on this. The UGlu, like, it's seeming to give it some flexibility, but still holding everything together, which is very nice. All right, I'm going to, I said I wasn't gonna use it as a bunch, but that looks gorgeous. So I'm going to grab another bunch so that I can do that on the same on the other side. Grab one of those. I'm just gonna add a little bit of glue to the base. And get that in there again. Okay. And then on this side. And then, if you're odd like me, you could put your table number on a pumpkin and put the pumpkin in this little carriage of goodness, or you can do what probably most people would do and have a candle in there. Don't light an actual candle with all of this. Get an LED little flicker guy. Look at that! Isn't that fun? So is this is really fun. All right, guys, there you have it. A wire hoop platform centerpiece. I have no idea what we should call these, but they're magical. They go really well with the extraness of that floating shelf we did recently. So the UGlu, I mean, I'm holding it and I'm not holding the wires. I'm impressed with the UGlu. I have more playing to do to make a decision as to if I'm going to use it on a regular basis for my projects, but so far, pretty impressed. So I hope you give it a try if you want and see, or let me know in the comments. Do you use UGlu? Is it something that's like a no-brainer or always handy in your crafty toolbox? If I had a toolbox for my crafty stuff, it would be glittered. Let's just be honest. Okay, sorry, sidetrack. All right, guys, that's enough of me chit-chatting and going on weird tangents and not having the camera work and all that other stuff. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I hope it inspired you to try something a little bit different. If you're loving these tutorials, can't get enough, want to know when the next one goes live, make sure to subscribe and ring that bell. And to find out about the 150 style Sola flowers along with greenery and craft supplies, go to ohyourlovely.com. And until next time, this is Stephanie from Oh You're Lovely, and you, my friends, are absolutely lovely. Bye guys!